For as long as we can remember, the name of the game online has been SEO, right? Search engine optimization, all about getting that #1 spot. But what if I told you that entire game is being rewritten right now by AI? Well, welcome to the new world of answer engine optimization, a world where the goal isn't just to be found, it's to be chosen as the definitive answer. And this, right here, really captures the whole shift in a nutshell. The old goal? Super simple. Get that click. You fought tooth and nail to be the top link. But the new goal? It's a whole different ballgame. It's about becoming the answer itself, baked right into an AI-generated summary. Suddenly, the click isn't the prize anymore. So let's just take a step back and think about search as we've always known it. For years, we've all lived in that world of the 10 blue links. You type something in, you get a list, you pick one. Simple. But now, with AI assistants and those AI overviews popping up on Google, that page we're all so familiar with, it's literally starting to vanish. And this, of course, creates a brand new challenge for, well, pretty much every business and creator out there. The problem isn't about driving traffic to your page anymore. The real fight, the new battlefield, is getting your information and your expertise directly into that AI's synthesized answer. This massive change means we need a totally new strategy. Enter AEO, or Answer Engine Optimization. And it's a complete change in how you have to think. You're no longer trying to be just a destination for a click. You're fighting to be the trusted source the AI relies on. So what in the world is AEO exactly? Well, you can think of it as the art and science of designing your content so that AI systems, like ChatGPT or Google's Gemini, can easily find it, understand it, and, this is the most important part, cite your brand as the source for a really clear, useful answer. I love this quote because it just hits the nail on the head. AOEO is all about being the source of the information, while good old SEO was about being the destination link. One provides the raw ingredients for the AI's answer, the other is just a stop along the user's journey. It's a huge difference. Let's just walk through this, because the mindset shift is real. Your goal flips from driving clicks to getting cited by an AI. Your focus moves from things like backlinks and page authority to just pure clarity and structured data that a machine can read easily. Your content? It pivots from those long, rambling articles to short, concise microanswers. And the outcome says it all. It's no longer about a user clicking your link, it's about an AI citing your brand. And you've got to remember, these are the major players you need to be thinking about now. It is not just about Google anymore. You've got ChatGPT, which is all about conversation. You've got Google's Gemini, which is being woven deep into search. And then you have others like Perplexity and Microsoft Copilot, and each of them has its own unique way of packaging and presenting answers. Okay, so we get the what and the who. But now for the big one. Why does any of this actually matter for your business? Well, let me tell you. The stakes in this new age of search are incredibly high. Think about it. In the old world of SEO, success was pretty much binary. Did a user click your link? Yes? Great. You won. That was it. That was the whole point. But with AOO, success looks completely different. Victory is when an AI model directly cites your brand as the authority. This is a huge shift from just getting anonymous traffic to getting explicit brand validation, right there inside the answer the user is looking for. Now, if you get this right, you get 3 massive advantages. First, a serious competitive edge. The brands that master AEO early are going to build trust right at the very top of the funnel. Second, way higher lead quality, because these answers attract people with super specific questions. And third, you get narrative control. By being the source, you get to shape the very first impression a user has about a topic. That's powerful. And think about what this does for the customer experience. When you give them an immediate, authoritative answer, you build trust instantly. You reduce all that friction of them having to hunt around and click a bunch of links. That direct exchange of value, it boosts engagement and makes your brand way more memorable. All right, so let's say you're convinced. But where do you even start? I know it might seem complex, but it's actually more straightforward than you might think. Let's walk through a simple little starter playbook for ACO. It really boils down to 4 key steps. First, you audit. You find the questions your customers are actually asking, the ones with high intent. Second, you create. You go back and rewrite your content into an answer-first format. Third, you implement structured data, nerdy term is schema, to basically spell it out for the machines. And finally, you monitor by testing your answers in different AI models and actually measuring how often you get cited. So what does this actually look like in practice? On the left, you've got your typical SEO article. You know the type, long, narrative-driven. But on the right, that's AEO-ready content. It leads with a short, punchy answer, it uses really clear Q&A blocks, it formats information into checklists, and it's all supported by that technical schema on the back end.
Now, because the strategy is different, you have to measure success differently too. You can't just keep tracking clicks and rankings. That's the old way. You're now focused on new KPIs, like your AI citation rate. Literally, how often is your brand cited as a source? Or your share of voice in AI assistants. You can even track conversions that happen without a click, like when an AI helps someone sign up for your newsletter right from the answer box.
So let's zoom out and look ahead for a second. This whole thing isn't just some passing trend. This is a fundamental rewiring of how we find information online, and it demands a brand new goal, becoming the answer. If you look at the evolution of search, it's a clear story. In the past, it was all about the 10 blue links, and SEO was king. Right now, in the present, we're watching the rise of AI search, and AEO is emerging as the critical new skill. And looking ahead to 2025 and beyond, AEO is going to be an absolute imperative, with a massive premium placed on real authenticity and authority.
And if there is one single number that defines this new era, it is this one: 0. That's the number of clicks a user often needs to get the value from your content. Your information just shows up, right there. This is the reality of the zero-click search, and it means you have to deliver value without ever relying on someone actually visiting your website.
So, as we wrap this up, I'm just going to leave you with one final and I think critical question to think about for your own strategy. In this new age of AI, is your business going to keep fighting to be just another link on a page that's slowly disappearing? Or are you going to adapt and strive to become the answer?